You will be silent!
And now for something completely different.
Hello! Hello! It's a Festivus miracle!
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world? There's nothing to it.
Watch out for the medallion. My diamonds are reckless. It feels like a midget is hanging from my necklace.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Good morning, everyone. It is I, it is he, it is me, PWD, Etepwakuyan, in the Place to Be Reviews, right here with all of yous, mornings with the Place to Be Reviews. Hail, Angelus Draven, Brutal Morningwood, and Horny Alf already in the chat. Ladies and gents, we had a great show last night featuring the debut of Collector Express. Angelus Draven, great friend of the program. Also, the Queen, Saggy Melons, was here with us. She might actually return next Wednesday. She's going to get back to me. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the Batwoman video yesterday. We won't be doing a single release today because I have to work and I have a ton of stuff to do. I will be over on Orville Nation later on with PJ. I believe we're back reviewing the Orville. I have no idea what episode we're on. It has been a hot minute, about a month and a half since we've done a show over on the Orville review. So I'm extremely excited to get over there and get back with the crew because he's got a good group over there, and PJ's awesome. If you're not subscribed to Orville Nation, you should probably go do that. Because it's a fun channel. PJ's a great guy and one of those YouTubers who has a large platform and is always willing to help out smaller creators. When we met, he couldn't believe that I only had, I think at the time, like 500 or 600, just under 500 subscribers. And, he's been great helping me out to build this channel. Along with, as I said, we've got Tony Tonedeaf, who's been, my co-host for almost 2 years. This coming January will be around 2 years that Tony has been my co-host, and that's awesome. And we have Red Gaze on Monday nights now. He's the assistant regional manager. Just added, if you're just coming back like Horny Alf is, Vinny Tardamella from Vinny Art is now a permanent member of the show on Monday nights. So our show on Mondays is basically, we have a closed cast now. We still might feature a guest every now and then, but in the interest of continuity, now every Monday night you have myself, Tony, Red, and Vinny. And if you missed this Monday's show, Vinny was on fire. He was hilarious. And he's been such a good guest, and we've had many, and I don't want anybody to feel slighted, but we've had a ton of great guests, but Vinny is a great friend, a wonderful creator. I've got City of Venus, his art book, talented. And same with Red, though. I'm not shortchanging Red, because Red is, the creator of the Sunsworn universe, and just a great writer. I've got to start reading his book. I'm so excited to get into that. I'm excited to get into this show. Horny Alf says, been working 12-hour night shifts for the National Guard hurricane response. Good to hear from you at the end of a long day. Well, thank you for being here at the end of a long day, and you are truly doing the Lord's work, sir, and we respect and applaud that here at the channel. I know most people that do what you do aren't in it for the accolades, but you do deserve them. So thank you for your service and everything you do. So let's jump into this first topic here, which is kind of a sore spot for me because the movie that we're going to talk about has, of course, been delayed. And I speak of none other than Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Sony releases new synopsis for Venom, Let There Be Carnage, reveals film's rating. Now, this from John F. Trent yesterday, Bounding into Comics. I was never under the impression that this movie would receive any more than a PG-13 rating. They want widespread appeal, and I understand that, especially given the current climate and the box office, how it's been because people are afraid to go to the theater because of the flu, the Wu flu. So it's so, I kind of understand the delays, but I mean, this movie is supposed to come out last year. You've been paying interest on this movie for over a year, post it being, put in the can. So it's been in the can for that long. And you're going to sit here and tell me now you can wait until, another, couple months to release it. You're just accruing interest. And I can't remember who the guest was on the show, but they had mentioned that some of these movies cost upwards of, what is it, like $1 million a month for to keep them, stored away and unreleased. That is God. I don't understand. It's like you've got streaming platforms releasing on, and I'm not a huge fan of releasing movies on the streaming platforms, other than the streaming platforms I have. But in all seriousness, this is hurting the movie more than it's going to help it. So, they really have to be cognizant of that and make this decision wisely and not take it lightly. It's like, we'll just delay it and wait till the box office bounces back. And then we're going to talk about Shang-Chi because the predictions we were hearing last night were around 55 million. Well, Deadline dropped an article, and let's just say it's not going to be, I don't know if it'll do as good as they think it'll do. It is a long weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. So it's a crapshoot. It depends on the weather to me. That's honestly the way I look at it. But the people that want to see Shang-Chi are going to go see Shang-Chi. I am probably going to go see it tomorrow night. I have, 4 days to myself. My wife and kid are going away for the weekend. They are going to, as I'm drawing a blank, they're going to our cabin to hang out with their parents. So I'm just going to stay home. I was like, are your parents going? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm staying home. I can do videos and things of the like. I got some reviews to catch up on. I'm probably going to shoot, edit, and film, edit, and get it prepped for upload. The Friday the 13th Part 8 review, Jason Takes Manhattan, which will be released October 1st. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do that. I really have been. I just really have wanted to get that done. I started those last year, and I got 7 out of 8 of them done, and I think I released one of them in November, and I was just like, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to wait until next year. But I need to watch a couple. I've got, I'm going to do another series this year for Halloween. I don't know if I'm just going to do one-off movies or another series of movies. That's what I mean by series. I'll do like a series of like horror reviews in October. I will be reviewing, mind you, if it releases in theatrically or, again, on a streaming service that I have, I will review Halloween Kills. I hated Halloween 2018. I mean, I hated it. Not as much as I hated the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, but nonetheless. So I will be reviewing that as well. So that'll be a bonus, horror review / regular movie review for you guys. Expect either a stream and probably a single release review of Shang-Chi for me. And my movie reviews now that I go to the theater and see, I'm going to do those kind of how I have been doing them. The Jeremy John style. I'm not going to script it out real heavy. I'm just going to kind of give you my thoughts. It'll be nicely produced like my videos are, but I'm not going to go overboard and do like 400 screenshots. No, the Batwoman reviews and those come back. Absolutely. Those will be, I'll spend 12 hours doing one of those because those pull anywhere from 150 to 300, sometimes 400 views, in a few cases. So, yeah, I have no ambitions of ending, what I've been doing as far as like the Batwoman reviews go. Just the movie reviews, unless I do a stool bend review, Cleveland, obviously then it'll be a little bit different. But yeah, I'm probably roboting right now as I'm watching my signal drop down a little bit because I'm streaming on Wi-Fi this morning. Like I said, the Ethernet is in use, and Big Meech is here by my face. Hey, Big Meech. Yeah, the big cat's here. The little one's sleeping. All right, so let's get into this article here. I kind of went off on a tangent, but I do apologize. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I need to kind of plug what's going on here, and yeah, I'm going to I'm going to do that. Like I said, I love horror movies. They are one of my absolute favorite genres is horror, and I don't want to shortchange that in October. So we'll be like I said, we'll be doing the horror reviews. And honestly, I would love to start on them now. I might do it. I don't own them though. That's the caveat. Is Friday the not Friday the 13th. Jesus, Nightmare on Elm Street. And do the Nightmare on Elm Street series. But I'd have to order it. I don't own it, and I don't know where it's streaming. I don't know where New Line. I don't even know who owns the rights to that anymore. I have no idea, because the rights to half of these things bounce around so much now, with the studios and production companies going under and consolidating and all that. I have no idea. But let's get into this article from Bounding into Comics. Talk about the synopsis. The visuals in this, I have to go back up to this. I love this. I love this visual so much. And I've seen the complaints from the hardcore fans already. Just like the first movie, where's Spider-Man? Where's Spider-Man? Oh my God, these Spider-Man isn't in here. We can't. I know they're both Spider-Man villains. Well, Venom's an anti-hero, but the film will be rated PG-13 for intense sequences of violence and action, some strong language, disturbing material, and suggestive references. I don't see where that's a problem. I really wish this was rated R. It would have been so much better. That's the problem with anything associated with Disney, is they're so scared of that R rating. There used to be Disney's production company that did R-rated movies. I want to say it was Touchstone. It was Touchstone Pictures. Their adult movies used to go over there. Because I remember seeing, what was it? Three Men. Like, that wasn't rated R, but I think they've released some rated R movies under Touchstone. I'd have to look back, because obviously we're talking the 1980s. So, but let's go down. So, as for the synopsis, it reads: Tom Hardy returns to the big screen as the lethal protector Venom, one of Marvel's greatest and most complex characters. Let There Be Carnage. Venom, Let There Be Carnage also stars Michelle Williams, Naomi Harris, and Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy in Carnage. It will also feature Reed Scott and Stephen Graham. The film is directed by Andy Serkis from a screenplay by Kelly Marcel, a story by Marcel and Tom Hardy. Oh, God. The film is produced by Avi Arad, Matt Tolmack, Amy Pascal, Kelly Marcel, Tom Hardy, and Hutch Parker. Executive producers are Barry Waldman, Jonathan Cavendish, and Ruben Fleischer. I'm familiar with a few of these names, obviously. Avi Arad was pretty much responsible for Venom's inclusion in the Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man 3, and it ruined that movie. I honestly felt like if you would have had just Sandman, and Harry is, he wasn't okay, and I have to. Was he Goblin Jr., Hobgoblin, whatever, not Hobgoblin. But anyway, if they would have just stuck with, the feud between Peter and Harry, and then put Sandman in the mix and not included Venom in it because that was Avi Arad shoehorning the character in because he has a hard-on for it, I think it would have been much, much, much better off in the long run, and the movie would have been more well-received. Now, I say that as somebody who enjoys the movie. I don't care. I like emo dancing Spidey. He's fucking hilarious. And Tobey Maguire's still the best Spider-Man. This is just a great picture. The studio has high hopes for the film, and according to Hardy received it well. The actor and producer spoke to Esquire and told them he's already thinking about a third film. He said, I'm thinking about the third movie as well because I think you need to write it at the same time. However, he noted a third won't be greenlit until the second is successful. Hardy explains, a third won't be greenlit until the second is successful, but the studio was really, really pleased with number 2. Well, let's hope it doesn't turn out to be a number 2. Because with stuff like this, I mean, how can you miss? You know what I mean? It's got to be good writing, though. It's got to be good writing. Andy Serkis is a genius. He really is. Andy Serkis is such an underrated talent as far as like producing and everything else goes. The man is a true professional. Good morning, Tina Bojan. Hail to you. Welcome. We are glad to have you here. Let's see. When asked if Venom and Spider-Man would appear in the same film together, Hardy responded, I would be remiss if I wasn't trying to steer any kind of connectivity. I wouldn't be doing the job if I wasn't awake and open to any opportunity or eventuality or be excited by that. He continued, obviously that's a large canyon leap to be bridged by one person alone, and it would take a much higher level of diplomacy and intelligence sitting down and talking and to take on such an arena as that. Since when did they start putting pop-ups that block their articles on Bounding into Comics? And where can I close this stupid thing so I can read the rest of the article? There we go. Should both sides be willing and it be beneficial to both sides, I don't see why it couldn't be. And I hope and strongly with both hands push eagerly towards that potential and would do anything to make that happen within what's right in business. But it would be foolish not to head towards the Olympic Games if you're running 100 meters. So yeah, I want to play on that field, he concluded. See, that's okay, October 15th, 2021. Yeah, I don't want this to be delayed anymore. And I want to look at slated releases because I'm planning to go see this in the theater. I really am. I don't want to miss this. It's one of those movies that I believe anyway will be best seen on the big screen. So that's a huge thing. It really is. It's like Dune, which is what I was going to talk about. Kind of correlate this to Dune is just the release. It needs to be in theaters. A sweeping epic like Dune, a sip of coffee for the working man, has to be presented on a big screen for you to fully, appreciate the beauty of the cinematography. I'm so excited for that movie. And if you're a Dune enthusiast, I highly recommend you check out Nerd Cookies. Her channel, she covers Dune to a T. Also, another person who covers Dune and is doing reads of the books is my boy Zach, a.k.a. Brightest Day. Seriously, check out those two. And there's more channels. And I would be remiss if I didn't say shout out, posthumously to my good friend Adam Wilcox, aka the Groovinator from Raiders of the Lost Flicks. We just lost him, a couple months ago, and he was so looking forward to Dune. He changed his channel design to be more Dune-esque, and yeah, he sadly passed away far too soon. But he was so excited for Dune to come out. And that's another reason why I want to see Dune in the theater. And I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy 2 things of popcorn and sit there with one. And I don't even care if I eat any of it. It's just going to sit in the seat next to me. And it's kind of in memoriam to Adam, because he was so looking forward to that movie. And we used to rib him, about it a little bit because it's like, dude, you changed your entire channel to fit the design of one movie. But I got, Adam had read the books. He was he enjoyed it. He was, he was a true Dune fan. And I don't say that as, anybody who casually says, "Oh, I like Dune," is not a true Dune fan. I don't like gatekeeping fandoms except when it comes to like the weird, letting the real, like the weirdos in, because then that's when everything goes to shit. Because, you could have like like I said, just use something like Star Wars, for example. Star Wars has always been inclusive. It's always been diverse. It's always been accessible. Nobody gatekeeps Star Wars. And you have these people who are there. It's just gatekeepers. These toxic white males won't let women in. They'll play. And it's like, no, nobody's ever told a female that you can't be a fan. No. Maybe when you're a child and you don't understand that people can like what they like, and it's just detrimental to the product overall. Pursuing Paranormal. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Cody. How are you, brother? Go over and subscribe to Pursuing Paranormal. Commander Cody is a wonderful, wonderful person and a great friend of the channel. And how the fuck are you not wrenched, Cody? You're gonna get a wrench right now, and I want you to post your link in the chat. All right, I'm gonna wrench you. Let's see, and add moderator. Boom, Cody's wrenched. Cody, throw your link in the chat. All right, I want you to do that. And that's another thing. If you're on my channel and you are in the chat and you have a wrench, I want your link in there, because we don't just grow the channels by ourselves. It's a team effort here. If this channel was only me, I probably wouldn't have half the subscribers I do. I wouldn't. It started to grow the more I brought in wonderful creators around me. And that's what I've done. I've built a team. And that's why I say we, not me, when it comes to the channel. And if I say me, it's a mistake. Honestly, it's, and it's not a Freudian slip. It's just, well, sometimes I do the outlines and I set the streams up because I feel that's my job. My co-hosts are there to, be part of the show. Let me do the heavy lifting, but if they ever have topics that they want, me to discuss, or want us to discuss as a group I always welcome that. I'm not married to topics. Cody says, "Thank you for your wrench." Oh, dude, you're welcome. I thought I already wrenched you, but apparently I did not. So now, sir, you have a wrench, and you can post your links as you wish. And that also means when I say, "Hey, I need a link posted," nod, wink, wink. There you go. But let's move on to another topic here, so you don't just have to listen to me ramble. And I'll pop on camera and say hello. Oh my God, I've got a hole in my head. Look at that. Wait, brother, look at this. I got a hole in my head. Hang on. That's my green screen's still on from last night. That's what the problem is. I never turned off the setting for the green screen. There we go. Now I don't have a hole in my head. I'm just ugly. So, good morning, everyone. Yes, it's Prince, absolutely, and Prince is amazing. Don't mind the rambling. Well, that's good, because in the mornings I get to do that because I don't normally have anybody on with me, so I will just tend to ramble on, and I feel bad because the people I work with, they deal with this too, and they're just like, "Oh my God, shut up." No, we don't care about Marvel. We don't care about Star Wars. It was funny. One of the other dads I work with, he and I teach gym together. We rotate gym classes, and he's a retired football coach. He says to me, he's like, "You're kind of a nerd," and I laughed. I'm like, "Yeah, not offended by that. I'm not a kid anymore, and that doesn't bother me." I'm like, "Yes, I am." I'm 41. Yeah, I'm a nerd, but I was also a professional wrestler. I'm like, and I did fine. I have a vast, I DJ'd, so both weddings and FM. So yeah, I have a very, very eclectic background of things that I've done. Work for a private security firm. It's I worked at UPS in the warehouse slinging boxes. Worked at McDonald's for 2 weeks. I was 16. Done surveillance in they're not there anymore. It used to be the Jeffries Projects in Detroit when my dad was a investigator way back when I was like 14 years old. Yeah, so I have an eclectic background. My degree is in criminal justice. I'm gonna go do. I want to do my bachelor's. Eventually. I got time. I'm only 41. I got time. But no, I'm gonna go get my registered through the school district as a sub though, because I just sub at one school right now. It's my son's school, and I really don't have any aspirations to branch out any farther than that. But if I get my bachelor's, I can apply for a full-time teaching job, which I kind of have thought about doing where my child goes to school, just because it'd be convenient. I already sub there. I'm already there every day anyway, even if I'm not subbing. So it's, and I enjoy it. Good kids. And it's nice because I'm like one of 2 male teachers, so they don't really get a lot of strong male influence at school. And it's like, they need that too. So it's fun. It's a good time. I was actually originally, before I went into criminal justice, I was thinking about going into elementary education, which I'm glad I didn't, because the in-classroom substitute teaching I've done has been 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, which everybody's like, oh my God, how can you deal with them? My 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are amazing. They are. They're truly amazing. Plus, their regular teacher threatened their life if they gave me a hard time, and they don't mess with Mr. Pete. They're cool. They're good kids. So, it's nice too. It was nice weather. The one day I subbed for him last year, I was like, hey, let's go outside. We're chilling. We're having a discussion. Let's go outside and have this. It was like 75 degrees and sunny. It's like, let's go on the playground and have this discussion. So we did, and the kids love it. They respond to it. So I got asked to substitute for kindergarten in 1st and 2nd grade. I was like, and my son's in 1st grade. I'm like, I'm not. He said, Dad, why don't you want to teach? I said, I'll teach your gym class any day. I said, but the in class, no, I can't deal with 26-year-olds. I can't do it. I have a strong will, but not for 26-year-olds. I not 26-year-olds, but 26-year-old children. Well, although I have met some 26-year-olds who admittedly act like children, so they're quite petulant at times. But let's see here. Okay, wait. Let's see. Draven said that's good. I would have loved to have a teacher like you in school. Thank you, man. And there's like, we have 20, I think 22, 23 new kids at the school this year, if not a few more, give or take. And as I was walking my son into school this morning, and I dropped him off, one of the new kids was walking by with his mom. He's like, "That's Mr. Pete." And I was like, "They already know me." Well, I was up there yesterday. They wanted to do, like, normally we do an open house at the beginning of the school year for the parents and the kids. Come up, meet your teachers, sit down, talk to them. A little tour of the school for the noobs, and they grill hot dogs. Well, they didn't have that this year because we had a health issue last week, and it turned out to be nothing. So everybody's good, everybody's healthy, and we said, well, we didn't have the parent night. So the principal, who was our when I was in high school, was our chemistry, advanced chem in trigonometry instructor, which I never had her for either because I was not good at science and not good at math, which is funny that I'm not good at math because I worked in finance for years. In finance, math, those things go hand in hand. But and everybody says, oh, how can you not be good at math and be a and I say, ha ha, some stereotypes aren't true. No, Draven, thank you, man. I like I said, I enjoy it. It's fun. Like I said, you get to you get to get to know some cool kids, and like I said, one of my son's classmates, him and her hang, they wanted to have a play date. So they've been having play dates. Now me and my wife are friends with her parents now. So yeah, they're super cool peeps. It's good, man. It's a good environment. But that's why I pay to send them to a private school, because the public schools around here are just garbage tier. They are. No consistency in administration. Like, you've had 7 superintendents in the last 11 years. 5 principals. So it's a hot mess express. And I mean, the other gym teacher, his daughter used to go to the public school, and she was in 2nd grade, and second and 3rd grade were in the same classroom. And one of the 3rd graders actually punched a female teacher and drew blood. And it was excused from class, and it was back in class 15 minutes later. So I refuse to send my my son to a school like that. The high school is just as bad. Tony's sending me pictures. He's out on the move, and he's sending me pictures with funny street names. But no, so I'm not sending my kid to a school like that. But let's talk cartoons for a moment. Steve Urkel returns in new Cartoon Network holiday special, airing on Cartoon Network this month. Did I Do That to the Holidays? The Steve Urkel story brings back Jaleel White as the voice of his Family Matters character. This article, written yesterday by Jeremy Duch, September 1st, 2021. That is a good and fairly accurate animated portrayal of Steve Urkel. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Let's see here. Steve Urkel is making his return to television in a new animated special with Family Matters star Jaleel White reprising the role. Written and executive produced by Wyatt Cenac. The animated musical holiday special is dubbed Did I Do That to the Holidays? A Steve Urkel story. The special is part of a new programming block for Cartoon Network called Acme Night, which debuts later this month. Acme Night, which is named after the fictional corporation from the Looney Tunes cartoons, will debut a new family-friendly movie each week, starting with the DC superhero movie Shazam. The block will also bring other new titles. Did I Do That to the Holidays? A Steve Urkel story. Other titles announced include Merry Little Batman and an untitled Looney Tunes cartoon movie. Though the specials will debut on Cartoon Network, they'll be available on HBO Max starting next year. I have to click off this ad. It's just annoying. In the world of Acme, anything, and I do mean anything, is possible. Tom Eschheim, president of Warner Brothers Global Kids, Young Adults, and Classics. They have so many made-up titles, so it's going to be woke as hell. Yeah, I don't have any aspirations to any of the, and that sucks. It really does, because Warner Brothers, man, if you're over the age of, I would say 34, 35 in that age range, you grew up with Looney Tunes and Warner Brothers, and when cartoons were actually good. Now it's Cal Arts and just garbage that they give to these kids. And I was talking to my son, because my son is, he's 6, and he's starting to watch. I'm letting him watch like the Amazing Adventures, because he saw Gumball a couple of years ago, and I was like, I don't want him watching Gumball. I watch Gumball, and I think it's funny, but I didn't want him watching it quite yet, because it's, it can be a little dicey at times as far as the humor, and I think some of it is more aimed towards parents, which I don't mind, but you've got to realize that some of that stuff in the show, as far as for a developing young mind, is kind of harmful, because it sets up bad behavioral patterns based on what the characters do. And I'm not saying that the cartoon should be canceled at all. That's I don't advocate for anything to be canceled because the content is offensive. I believe that all things have a right to exist in the zeitgeist, even as far as entertainment, even things that are like heavily offensive for the sake of being offensive, because it's somebody's right as a creator to make that. It's our job as consumers to either support it or not support it. And not financially supporting things like that are how you get things like that not to be made anymore. Not canceling things, not going out and you speak with your wallet, not your Twitter account. And I'm not saying that you can't voice your displeasure with things on Twitter. I'm saying don't be a literal, and I say this tongue in cheek, a literal vocal minority that ruins something for everyone. And I know our side of fandoms gets called a small vocal minority. And I think the gatherings and a lot of the bigger YouTube channels, subscriber counts would speak to the fact that we are not a small vocal minority. I mean, if you look at, a lot of the big YouTube channels who are in this culture war, you're talking between, 4, sometimes two of them over 1 million subscribers, So you have, and that's just, 2 off the top of my head that I'm thinking of, I mean, one of them alone, the quartering, 1 million plus subscribers, and I don't know what, y'all's views are on the quartering. I have no issue with Jeremy. I've seen, the opposition to him calling him a grifter. I subscribe to him, I enjoy his content. I do. Whatever you're, but that's the beauty of my worldview is if I like something, I'll tell you I like it, but I won't tell you you have to like it or else you're a bigot. I may question your sanity in some cases. No, I do though. I like Jeremy. I think he seems like a good dude. Sorry, I was tightening up my microphone stand. As I'm sitting here, it's like, it looks a little loose. I need to tighten this up. I went into my office the other morning and my microphone stand had fallen off the desk. I'm like, oh my God, please do not break. I do not want to replace a microphone right now. I already have to replace my head. I'm going to show you these headphones. These are my original headphones I got when I started my channel. Because I didn't have any and I wanted to set with a microphone, and I wasn't sure microphone to buy or anything. So my mom, as a gift, bought me a gaming headset, which is cool because it worked. And this is what they look like right now. This looked like my old, when I was working at the radio station, the equipment I had to work with. The ear pads are falling off. You can see these are all broke. There's tape on them because the plastic pieces broke in half like years ago. They're just hanging on by like little itty bitty wires right there. This is really not good for them, but I mean, I don't care. They still work. Yeah, that's my headphones. I'm not asking anybody to buy me new headphones. I'm just saying these are I'm literally using them until they die, and I can't use them anymore. I'm getting new earbuds for Christmas. I already told my wife because I got these little ones, and they're just like, the brand is like ONN or something like that. They're very cheap, and they cut out a lot, and they will freeze my screen. And if you ever notice a glitch, I got to go back and acknowledge your comments in a minute, Draven. If I don't finish this thought, I'll get lost. There it goes. No, these, when I bought them, they were like $25 at Walmart. I'm like, I want to try a pair of wireless earbuds just to see how I like them. And I do. I like them. They're nice. Not having the wires or anything. It's like I got no strings to hold me down. But these cut out. Like if I turn away from the screen, if I'm playing a video clip, it'll freeze. Like when we have bumpers on the show, I'll take these out and just set them down on my computer, because if I turn away from the computer, it'll freeze. But it just freezes on mine. It doesn't freeze the whole broadcast because I usually watch along to the live stream on my phone. So I will I'll be like, okay, that's still moving and this is frozen. Fuck me, right? So I'll have to see. And then it's like the one time I backed out and jumped in. I don't know. It's a pain in the ass, but I guess you get what you pay for. So like I said, frugality and just wanting to test these out. So I've been talking to a lot of people. Wireless, I'm going, I'm going to get Raycon. I'm probably going to get Raycons to replace these, and using on my phone because I have YouTube Premium. So if I turn the screen off on my phone and put it in my pocket when I go out for a walk or whatever, if I'm out in the yard mowing, my fucking phone mutes. Like it'll pause the video, or it'll pause my music I'm streaming when I'm working out. And I'm like, it's a pain in the ass. I have to stop because I have a lock screen on my phone so my kid doesn't get into it. That's from when he was, and then when I used to work, because I've had this phone since I worked for Chrysler, and I would leave my phone on my desk, and some of my coworkers were dicks, and they'd mess with their Facebook, and I'm like, that's not happening to me. So I put a lock on my phone, a passcode. So yeah, there's that. So I have to go through and unlock that. I know, first world problems, right? But yeah, as far as studio type headphones, I kind of want a wireless set of those two. just because I don't like wires anymore. I'm done with them. All right, Draven, you've waited long enough. Let me go back to your comments. It's going to be woke as hell. We covered that one. Urkel the actor was in the Big Show, which wasn't half bad, but they canceled it. Well, of course they canceled it because they cancel everything that is fun, it seems like. Gumball is great, but it got so dark. Oh, there is some very dark humor in that show. Like I said, so I'm glad the kid doesn't pick it up. Yeah, send me a link. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. Just DM me a link, Draven, and I'll take a look at them. Like I said, I'm just looking for. I'm gonna get the. Like I said, I'm gonna go with the Raycons for for these because I like to use these when I stream. The only reason if you see me on a stream with those on is these died, but I'll link mine on Facebook. All right, I'll check it as soon as we're done. Thank you, brother. All right, let's see what we got here. I actually have another cartoon story that I want to share. It is also from MovieWeb. They're just full of good articles today. Gremlins cartoon series Secrets of the Mogwai is heading to Cartoon Network and HBO Max. The animated spin-off series from the popular horror comedy Gremlins movies will arrive on Cartoon Network this fall. This is one that I'm pretty sure I have. It's right here. I have, what is it? Gremlins 1 and 2, the new batch, and Goonies on Blu-ray. That's something I got for Christmas. I love those sets like that. It's like a series of 2 movies and then a random movie. It's like, yeah, Goonies is a movie I'm so glad that they never made a sequel or tried to revive it, which I think there was talk about it, but I don't think it'll go anywhere. Hopefully it won't. It doesn't need to. Goonies is oh God, J-Man, what's up, brother? He says, is Gizmo gender fluid? I'm sure they'll answer that. They probably will. They probably will, man. What's up? I need to get J-Man's another one. See, I stream with so many people. It's like we got to bring J-Man back on. He's doing big things over at his channel too. Either Cody or Draven, can you throw J-Man's link up in the chat for me, please? Another great creator here. I met him on Echo Base Network when I was on one night. And yeah, man, great channel. Fun, good guy to talk to. Very knowledgeable about comic book stuff, man. There's so many people in this community. It's like I'm astounded at the information that people remember from comics. Like I said, I'm a novice comic book collector, so it's and reader. I like I said, read a few as a kid, kind of tapered off from it, here and there throughout the years. But the last, since 2003. I think it was 2003 it came out. The only comic I really read steady was The Walking Dead. And I'm in the process of getting all the compendiums of that. I'm not going to try to buy every issue of it. I'll just get the compendiums. Draven says, I have the 4-pack of Blu-ray of TMNT movies. The first 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live-action movies are good. After that, I honestly, I don't remember was Secret, which one was the third one? Was that the one where they went back in time? I can't remember, but oh man, those just took a turn, and it was like, what are you doing with these movies? Here we go. Thank you, Draven. There's J-Man's channel right there. So go check J-Man out. Subscribe. Let's get into this Gremlins cartoon article, though, here. Shall we? We shall. We shall. Turtles in Time was 3. Okay, yeah, I don't remember that one. I honestly don't know if I've ever seen the entire movie. I think I've seen just some of it. Yeah, Draven 3 was the time travel one, and TMNT was the CGI, and the 4th one I liked it. It was TMNT with CGI. Okay, all right. I just want to clear that up. I was because I don't remember the 3 and 4. While there are many Gremlins fans who are still hoping that the recent wave of 80s reboots and sequels will finally see the mischievous little monsters returning to cause more havoc on the big screen, for now, there's HBO Max animated prequel series Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai to look forward to. The new series, which is set in the 1920s and tells the story of how a Mogwai called Gizmo came to be acquainted with 10-year-old Sam Wing. Also have a cross-platform release as reported by The Hollywood Reporter, as well as premiering on HBO Max. The series will also air on Cartoon Network. While this is not exactly the horror comedy that Gremlins and Gremlins 2 were, it is a step in the right direction for the possibility of the franchise returning to live action in the future. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a reboot of Gremlins right now. Not in this climate, because they'll turn the Gremlins, not the Mogwai, but the Gremlins into like misunderstood anti-heroes. There'll be an overarching bigger threat that the Gremlins will have to deal with. And you're going to have to excuse me if I sound distant for a minute. I have to stand up. But no, there'll be this overarching threat that the Gremlins will have to deal with. And they'll try to make them, tragic anti-heroes or something of those, along those lines, because God knows you can't just have a villain anymore, especially one like that, who let's see, what's the over-under on them treating the Gremlins like a marginalized community or something like that. They'll try to say that the Gremlins are wrongly persecuted. I want to say is the verbiage I would believe that they would use. Just something ridiculous where we're all like, so they can't just be bad when you get them wet or feed them after midnight, and they just murder people and cause chaos and havoc. They can't just do that. No. They gotta be redeemed. We've got to tell you the backstory so we can redeem them. I mean, what the actual hell? Gremlins have rights to exactly, J-Man. It'll be hashtag Gremlins have rights or something like that. Gremlin lives matter. GLM. There you go. GLM. Gremlin lives matter. No. Oh, I can already in my head. I'm like memes I can make out of this. Find one of those pictures from one of the peaceful protests last year, where one of the Targets or CVS was burned down, and just start putting gremlin heads on people, But then somebody will say that I'm racist because am I saying gremlins look like the people in the riots? And then I'll say, well, what did the people in the riots look like? You tell me what they look like. And then they'll freeze and they'll call me a racist, and I'll get kicked off Facebook for another 30 days. Which I currently have 28 days left on my current 30-day sentence in Facebook jail because I got zucked for nothing again, which stands to reason. That's how Facebook is. While this is not exactly the horror comedy, Gremlins and Gremlins 2 is a step in the right direction. I already read this. Let's see. There have been rumors that original star Zach Gallagher was more than willing to come back for another round of Gremlin action, but so far, these have not amounted to anything. There have been a couple really well-made fan films released in the last couple of decades, and Gizmo and Gallagher's Billy have also appeared in a TV advert in the last couple of years, further fueling the fire of a possible movie being in the works. Well, no, they're not going to want Zach Gallagher back. He's a toxic white male. Who do you think you are, Zach Gallagher? Who do you think you are? A toxic white male thinking he can headline anything in 2021. You need to apologize for your original sin and step aside and let a person of color take over. I mean, I'm just acting like Hollywood. I'm stating facts here, folks. This is what the entertainment industry has become. But for now, we have Secrets of the Mogwai. The series will be part of Acme now. Okay, so this is going to be another one on Acme Night with the last one we talked about, which is probably going to be meh. So, what do you guys think of this? Along with teenage street thief Ellie, Sam and Gizmo take a perilous journey through the Chinese countryside. Well. What do we say to that one, folks? That's, to me, I don't know. I'll check it out. I will. I will definitely. I will definitely check the show out. Give it one episode, and see how it looks, and what they do with it. So you'll have Urkel. The Urkel. Well, that's a special. It's not a regular show. But I don't know. You know what I would really like would be revival of Saturday morning cartoons. If they could do that, that would be great. You know, my kid and I, like I said, we were watching Cartoon Network this morning. They were talking about cartoons on Saturday morning, or having like a block of cartoons on Saturday, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I see you. I see you. Trying to do some Saturday morning cartoons. Luckily, some folks on YouTube have put together, 3-hour blocks of Saturday morning cartoons, and have uploaded them, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Pretty much, I'm going to read J-Man's comment here. Pretty much anything that has been revived has not been respectful to the original source, or even good on its own terms. No, that's it. He-Man. Oh, that was terrible. Like, I don't know who. My chair's squeaking. I'm sitting in like a wooden kitchen chair. I had to get up and get like a couple blankets to put on it because this thing's murder to sit on. Mr. Beans, do not chew on those cords, you little shite. Yeah, they don't know how to respect source material at all. Hey. I gotta reach down here and grab the cat. Come here. You let go of that. He's kind of. I'm gonna go on. Cobra Kai is the exception to the rule, Draven. Here's Mr. Beans. He's Yep. He's getting a little bit bigger. He's getting very comfortable around the house now, and yeah, he's my little co-host right now. Cobra Kai, man, I am so excited for that to come out. I want to see what they do with Terry Silvers in this season. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yep. So there's he's got some cool like little markings on his belly too. He's got like little spots. All right, buddy. There you go. Go play. Don't chew Dad's cords. Yep, that's my little man right there. He's yeah, and he's still just standing here like, Dad, why'd you put me down? Let's jump over here to Deadline, and we're gonna close this stream out with this article because I have to get ready for work. In a little bit, I have to be in about a half hour, and I have to get ready. I'm literally gonna go in like 15 minutes late so I can take like a 20-minute nap after the stream, after I get ready for work. I'm going to get ready, and then I'm going to lay down and take a nap on the couch and tell my wife, you have to come out and wake me up because she's about to go on break. Shang-Chi bound for Labor Day weekend record with a $90 million plus worldwide launch. This from Box Office Preview.
But that's not the case here.
I don't know if this is going to hit 90 million this weekend. I don't. I don't know if it's going to reach 90 million. Dravis says he looks like my cat without the white boots. Yeah, dude, he's got some big paws on him already. I'm hoping he gets almost Meech's size, you know. And Meech is a Norwegian forest cat, so he's big as it is. But yeah, then he's, like I said, Meech is about 18 pounds. So let's get into this article though. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. What do you think the box office is going to look like after this weekend on Shang-Chi? You got to let me know because I'm curious what everybody thinks. Well, if you want to come here, dude. There you go. You can hear him jingling up here. He's sitting on my lap. Let's go here, though. Shang-Chi. All right. I don't know if you can hear him purring here. Hang on. I don't know if you guys can hear. I put him up to the microphone. I don't know if you can hear him purring. But the Labor Day weekend box office, The Last Frame of Summer, which studios typically shy from, is poised for a revolution as Disney debuts the first Asian American Marvel superhero feature, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. All right, right there. They're trying to pan this like Black Panther. Okay, that's kind of what the lead up has been, except for we didn't hear anything out of Chadwick Boseman. God rest his soul. The man was a saint. He really was. He did so much good for children, and yeah, Chadwick, man, he's irreplaceable. But they're trying to treat it like that, like it was some cultural event, and this does a disservice. And I say that as somebody who loved Black Panther. I'm going to get down to your box office predictions in a minute. Tina and Draven, I see your guys have dropped comments, so I want to highlight those. But I do. I think it's like you can't take a movie like this and try to treat it like it's high art, And now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking, because after listening to Jane Theory's perspective on it, it really, it resonated more so than it already did, because, hey, I understand. There's, seeing, okay, and I don't want to sound SJWS, but sometimes, not all the time, because I identify with characters who look nothing like me. Some of them aren't even guys, you know what I mean? Just, you can see things in characters that you admire. It doesn't matter what they look like, what gender they are, who they choose to sleep with. It's just if you like the character. But that takes good writing. Something that, a lot of these writers, quote unquote writers today, aren't willing to do. Black Panther, I love the character of Black Panther because of Chadwick Boseman. Because of what he brought to the role. Simu Liu, I have no idea outside of I know that he was on Kim's Convenience. People said he's funny on there. Like, okay, the guy, he put in the work. He looks like he got an amazing shape for this role. So, hats off there. That shows commitment to the role. And as somebody who used to be in a bodybuilding and a professional wrestler, I appreciate that, because when you do something like that, your body is your brand. And that's what you show to people. If you want them to buy your brand, you have to have a good-looking brand. So, yeah, but China, China doesn't want this movie. China, they don't think he's attractive. There's a lot of things playing. Plus, quote-unquote COVID, the scare, it'll definitely affect the box office for this movie. But I'm thinking that it's still, I think it'll probably be a fun movie. Like, I'm still looking forward to going to watch it, because it'll probably be fun. It's difficult not to let the lead up to a movie like this, kind of the comments from the actors and the media ruin it for you at times, because it's like, okay, for example, back in 2019, when they announced Thor 4, I was like, all right, man, we got another chance at seeing a good Thor movie, because I'm not a Ragnarok fan. There's things I like about Ragnarok, but there's things I don't like. So I was like, all right, another chance at, and then after Endgame, I'm like, Thor needs something, Let me go back here and talk about these predictions that you guys made here. Tina Bojan, 15 million domestic tops. Wow. The original domestic estimate was, I think, 55 million. So, you know what, Tina? I respect that, because it very well could happen. Draven, I don't think it'll beat The Incredible Hulk box office at 55 million. Yeah, that's honestly, it's weird to say that for a Marvel movie to have a $55 million ceiling, be a glass ceiling, quote unquote, for that movie. That's hard to believe after, seeing movies like Cat Pan Mediocre make its opening weekend 120, I think it was. J-Man, not sure if it will hit the 90 million. There will be no lasting power of this movie. It will come out and people will like it, and then it'll be forgotten. That's what I think is going to happen. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be like Captain Marvel in the respect to where it'll be a 5 out of 10 popcorn flick and nothing more. You'll watch it once and you'll forget about it. To me, that's the way that movie with John Cena was I just reviewed. Vacation Friends. That's a popcorn flick. Me and the wife sat down. It just came out on Hulu. It's like we sat down, we watched it. It was kind of funny, nice kind of turn your brain off comedy, and that was it. Never watch it again. Pursuing Paranormal. If Disney continues to think that China is friends with us, no, they're not. Doesn't matter to what you do to pander. They just want your money, not shite ideas in movies. And that's the truth. They don't care. They just want our money. That's what they want. They want our money. It's money and power for China. That's what they want. Let's see. So the Labor Day box office, we talked about that. Studios have long held the belief that no one goes to the movies over Labor Day weekend. And it's for that reason they've avoided opening movies over the 4-day holiday. However, Disney believes that it's possible to open a Marvel movie anywhere on the calendar, even during a pandemic. NRG movie-going comfort levels have stabilized over the last 2 weeks in the 66 to 68% range, with around 28% of all moviegoers being very comfortable. And I say this as somebody who has not got the jab. I don't care. If I want to go to a movie, I'm going to go to a movie. If I want to go sit down in a restaurant, I'm going to go sit down in a restaurant. And consult your doctor. I have to, proceed everything with a disclaimer. Hey, Mr. Beans, no claws on the mouse pad, buddy. Yeah. If you haven't got it, and if you're thinking about it, don't listen to me. Don't listen to other YouTubers. Don't listen to people on television. Call your doctor. Talk to your doctor. That's all I'm going to say about it. But no, I haven't got it. Yeah, I'm not going to. I just live my life, man. I actually live in the county that I live in. We are second to the lowest infection rates in our entire state. So, and I've told you guys before, I'm not from a huge town. I mean, there's 7,000-8,000 people maybe, but and everybody has been, hey, off the keyboard, duder. There's been a lot, there's been some cases, but nothing bad. So we are, and a lot of the people last year weren't even wearing masks where I live. So it's, it's touch and go. But I was talking with one of the other moms at school yesterday, and we were talking because I had it last year, the beginning of the year before it went widespread. Me and the wife and the kid all had it. I don't have any loss of smell or taste residual. Everything's working as it should. No issues with the lungs. So, yeah. Lucky, because she still hasn't got her taste and smell back completely, and she had it almost 8-9 months ago. So, it hits everybody different, but I want people to, know that whatever your choice is, make it right for you. And, don't fall into peer pressure or listening to anybody else. Just do what's right for you and your health. You don't have anybody to worry about but you at the end of the day, because nobody else can, live your life or, share your exact experiences. Let me acknowledge the chat here before we move on any further. Pursuing Paranormal. We read that one. Draven says, sorry, the opening was $55 million for Incredible Hulk. Full box office was $134,806,913 domestic. Tina Bojan, Andre from Midnight's Edge, saw the movie released earlier there. He felt it was trying to be 4 movies at once: a superhero film, a classic kung fu movie, a celebration of Asian culture, and a comedy. Oh, so that's the curse of not having one right, because I'm sure this was probably written by a committee. I'd have to look up the screenwriting credit, but that's the pratfalls of a actual writer's room, is having too many cooks spoils the soup, as the kids say. So you can't really you can't really expect anything else from people that are going to sit around and throw everything into a movie and then expect it to be good. Hail superfan Adam Shawhan, and happy birthday to you, Adam. Have a wonderful birthday, and also big birthday shout out to my former co-host from the wrestling podcast, Jared the Barbarian. Jared's birthday is today. So happy birthday to you, Jared, as well. I'll be clipping this and sending it to him as a happy birthday wish. So, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, Adam. We'll get through the rest of this article. Lady Toriel, how are you? Can we get, if your GoFundMe's still up, somebody grab that link and throw that in the chat. Please support Lady Toriel and help her out in her time of need. And even if you can't give anything, and this is the thing with if you can't do something financially, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. But if you can't, do everybody just do a favor and share the link out. Just, on social media, whatever platform you're on, share the link out, give it a retweet, a share. That goes so far in putting it in front of a new set of eyes. So this community loves to help its members out. So let's get back into the article. Let's see. So we'll go down here. We'll hide these articles. Whoop. All right. In the U.S. and Canada, it's projected that Shang-Chi is in store for a Labor Day opening weekend record of 45 to 50 million at 4,200 plus theaters, beating the previous title holder 2007's Halloween, which made 30.6 million. Oh, I hate that fucking movie. God, that movie's garbage. Exhibition has projections much higher. However, the erratic nature of the movie going during the COVID makes forecasts shaky. The 18 to 34 demo no doubt will show up, just like they've been turning out throughout the summer. And an over-indexing of Asian audiences in cities such as San Francisco, Seattle, Honolulu, New York, and Los Angeles is expected. Let's see what else we have. Is that it? Oh, no. Even if Shang-Chi underperforms or comes in towards the bottom of its estimate, the buzz from the pick alone should carry to the number one spot for the next 3 weekends. Theater owners and bookers were over the moon over the Destin Daniel Cretton-directed movie out of CinemaCon. And critics are giving the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe title a huge thumbs up at a 92% certified fresh. All right, buddy, go play. Disney held the world premiere in Hollywood on August 16th and allowed reviews to hit early, spurring great heat for the movie, which stars Simu Liu, Aquafina in her black scent, Tony Shu Wai Lung, Michelle Yeoh, Ming. We're just going to say Ming. The Merciless Ming, and Benedict Wong. Previews begin Thursday at 6 p.m. So tonight. Actually, it's opening tonight at my theater. I can't go tonight. I'm going to wait till tomorrow, simply because I have the show on Orville Nation tonight. So I shan't be shirking my responsibilities there. Like I said, the wife and kid are leaving tomorrow after she's out of work. So I'm going to go tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I think Tony's going tonight. I was going to wait till Saturday, but I'm going to go tomorrow. And we'll probably go live on my channel after the movie. So by about 9:30. And then, like I said, I'm going to record a single release review of it too. And, I don't know, or maybe just chop up the stream into a few segments and we'll single release that. See, as yesterday, the U.S.-Canada ticket sales for Shang-Chi are running 20% behind Black Widow's, which has posted the biggest domestic opening during the pandemic with 80 million. That was in a simultaneous day and date on Disney Plus premiere. Black Widow's advanced ticket sales also rep 28% of its opening weekend, while F9's advanced ticket sales rep 20% of its 70 million opening weekend. Shang-Chi will have the full swath of 400 IMAX auditoriums, 850 plus premium large format screens, 1,500 3D locations, and 235 specialty D-Box 4D screens. Also hoping to boost sales is the Gold House Gold Open social media campaigns for the film. Gold House is a nonprofit collective of Asian and Pacific Islanders who teamed up with CAPE and GoFundMe to launch Gold Open events in Los Angeles and New York City. Gold House is hosting a number of Gold Open premieres in Los Angeles, New York City. The premieres will feature bites and treats from Chinese and Asian-owned restaurants across Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco. Selected by Cretton and more members of the Shang-Chi creative team, the Gold Open movement. Oh my God. So that food right there, that just sounds absolutely amazing. Let me go back and acknowledge the chat. Lady Toriel says, thank you so much. Still seeing doctors. There we go. There's the link. Thank you right there. Draven. Yeah, Lady Toriel, our thoughts and all our well wishes are with you. So take care of yourself and get better soon. Give me the crow any day. Yeah. God, What a sad loss that was, Brandon Lee. Much in the same way his father, was taken too soon. Just a shame. So I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know if this is going to perform on par. I think it'll fall behind Black Widow, honestly. I do. I don't. But like I said, I wasn't certain that Cat Pan Mediocre would do as well as it did opening weekend either. But you have to remember that they were buying out theaters. I don't care what anybody says. You're not wearing a tinfoil hat if you call out the fact that there was so many people taking pictures of empty theaters around the premiere weekend, and there was nobody there, but Disney was like, every theater is sold out these. Tommy Gladden, what's up, guys? He says, hail, Tommy. You better get ready to eat some sushi, bro. That's almost, it's good stuff, man. Sushi's delicious. Draven says, love the Crow, if you couldn't tell. Never noticed that. Never noticed that at all. Had no idea that you actually like the Crow.
You've got to do better.
That's that sushi soon, says Superfan Adam Shawhan. Yeah, man. That's get him to eat some of that good stuff. You gotta eat some of the good stuff. It's delicious. But folks, that's it. I gotta leave for work in 15 minutes. It has been fun this morning. Again, happy birthday to Superfan Adam Shawhan, Jared the Barbarian. God, I know I'm starving. Now I want sushi. Draven, thank you, brother. Pursuing Paranormal, Tommy Gladden, Lady Toriel, Tina Bojan, Pursuing Paranormal, J-Man. Who else is up in here? Was that it? Brutal Morningwood was here this morning. Horny Alf. So thank you, guys and Gettles. I appreciate you all. I would love to keep going because we have 12 people watching now. But go back, check the replay if you so desire. I highly recommend it. We've had a fun show this morning. You're going to get another episode tomorrow. I'll be doing episode 32 tomorrow of the morning show. All right, hang on, folks. New story. We got to cover this. I'm not gonna have time to do a video, and I'll be late for work for this one for you guys and Gettles, boys, as my favorite ASMR artist says, boys and Gettles. I can't do the voice. She has a much better voice, obviously, and she's attractive. Cobra Kai, and he's all that star Tanner Buchanan interested in playing a bisexual Robin. This is the kid that plays Johnny's son, right? Mm-hmm. On Cobra Kai, and man, am I excited for season 4. I mentioned that earlier. JB Augustine, big shout out to Bonding in the Comics. John, JB, Spencer, Donald, Josh, and if I'm missing anybody over there, I think, is Jorge still over there? I'm not sure. Cobra Kai's Tanner Buchanan, who is lobbying to play Robin in the new phase of Batman movies alongside Robert Pattinson, is positive about the direction the third boy wonder is taking Batman Urban Legends, and is prepared if they try out this experimental neo-canon in the movies. Of course he is. He wants to work, so he's going to virtue signal. I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. That's just... Speaking to Variety, on the Just for Variety podcast, Buchanan says he'd be willing to play Robin without specifying which one, and probably any hero who is made bisexual or queer. If I have the opportunity to represent something like that, that's incredible, Buchanan said. If they're willing to write it, then you know what? Of course, I'm going to play it. An Ohio native, he comes from the Midwest and most likely had a suburban upbringing, which he describes as more conservative, but Buchanan is fine leaving those values behind for the differing worldview of Hollywood. Growing up, people aren't exposed to the world, and I was lucky enough to have come out to L.A., where it's a completely different world than the Midwest, the actor said. And my eyes are open to that from a very young age when I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I live in the Midwest, all right? I live in Michigan. I have experienced different cultures. I've traveled out of the country. I've been around a little bit. This is such a bullshit straw man. oh, well, you don't know anything if you're just from the Midwest and you never come out to like the West Coast or the East Coast. That's like, so you are a fucking snob, is what you're saying. Yeah, and I want to highlight this comment that J-Man just made because I heard this discussed, and we talked about it on a stream. It was actually the High Council I was on with Cecil. They were talking about this Robin being gay. J-Man says in the comics, bi just means gay. They never make a bi male character attracted to a female. No, they're always gay, and that's it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just it's pandering. It's completely pandering and just
So long, gay boys.
Just bad. It's just bad. Like just pandering to the ninth, power, the 10th power, and yeah. Cecil said that. He's like, yeah, they're not bisexual. They're gay, But yeah, so I'm not a an evil bigot or anything like that. I'm from the Midwest. Like I said, I've been around. I've experienced different cultures, been around a lot of different races, ethnicities, and never had a problem with anybody based on their ethnicity. Every problem was stemmed from that one individual person being an asshole. So don't be an asshole is the key to life, I guess I would say. He's talking again in vague generalities, but Buchanan has shown producers and casting agents his willingness to play alphabet characters in the past with appearances on the TNT drama Major Crimes and freeform soap opera The Fosters. Cobra Kai even got to the act in season 2, but only briefly when they gave a supporting female character a girlfriend out of the blue at a party scene. It didn't impact the story much and had nothing to do with Buchanan, who plays the son of Danny LaRusso's main antagonist from the Karate Kid movies, Johnny Lawrence. So yeah, it's just like I said, this is just pandering, man, pandering and unnecessary changes to characters. Robin is Buchanan's avowed favorite character, though he may skip the sidekick phase and play the rebellious, vengeful loner Red Hood if the rumor of a solo film unrelated to Titans is true. And I like him in Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. So yeah, what do you guys think though? Like I said, I don't know. I don't see this as being a good thing. They're gonna do it anyway. It's gonna piss people off, and then they'll turn around and the defense will be your homophobes or blah blah blah, whatever. So that's it. That's the built-in excuses. Thank you, this chat. Now we gotta go. I really have to go. You guys rock. I appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow morning with a full show for an hour and a half. We'll do our 90-minute deal tomorrow morning. Maybe have a guest. Don't know. We'll see. I'm Etepo Kuin. You can catch me tonight at 5:30 over on Orville Nation. Stay cool. Be safe. And have a wonderful day. Remember, if I don't see you, have a great day. A pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. And it's always better to burn out than fade away. Star-Lord. You know the drill. Let's take him home.
Boom!